The man excitedly returns home because today he actually caught a stone moth with eggs. Don't underestimate this gross-looking bug. It's an important food source for the locals, and catching them isn't easy. Just earlier, Kaina carefully approached a group of stone moths with his spear in hand. He spotted right away that one of the females was about to lay eggs. Kaina aims at the stone moth and shoots an arrow. The startled flock instantly takes off into the air, while Kaina uses the fishing line he already tied. But just as he's about to succeed, another uninvited guest suddenly flies in from the sky. A huge orbital worm targets Kaina's prey and opens its mouth to snatch it. People who like eating bugs know that when humans start relying on such high-end food, it often means civilization has reached its end. Right now, the group eating with Kaina are all the humans living on the sky membrane. The so-called sky membrane is that transparent barrier high in the sky. Looking down from it is a vast white snow sea, and those giant trees piercing through the sky membrane, growing from the snow sea, are called orbital trees. Sky membrane people rely on extracting water from the orbital tree trunks. It's their only water source. But lately, people have noticed the orbital tree's water is gradually decreasing, and the huge holes in the sky membrane are increasing. And stone moths are not only an important food source for sky membrane people, but also the main way to repair the sky membrane. That's why the older generation always warns the younger ones not to catch stone moths in large numbers. The old guy in front is the oldest and most authoritative elder in the sky membrane village. Everyone in the village calls him Signboard Grandpa because he's been collecting signs left by ancient civilization for ages, and he teaches the words on them one by one to young Kaina. Turns out in the current civilization, there's no concept of writing at all. Now, in the whole sky membrane village, besides Signboard Grandpa, only Kaina can read these patterns called words, but even Signboard Grandpa only knows the sounds. The meanings have long been lost. Kaina, who shows up for class on time every day, always wonders, reading these words we don't understand every day, is it really useful? Signboard Grandpa always tells him that just reading the words out loud is like giving them life. As for the meanings, someone will figure them out someday. Turns out when there were other villages on the sky membrane, there were people known as literate folks. They collected these signs with ancient writing everywhere, trying to preserve traces of civilization. But as the orbital trees each village depended on gradually dried up, the surrounding tribes one by one headed toward destruction. These past stories were told to him by a survivor Signboard Grandpa once saved. Those words and signs were also passed to Signboard Grandpa by that person. Now, on the sky membrane, only these few people are left. After hearing this, Kaina can't help but ask, is there really no one below the snow sea? Signboard Grandpa firmly tells him humans can't survive under the snow sea, but Kaina clearly saw lights flickering down there. On this very day, a floating bug suddenly drifts up from a hole in the sky membrane. Kaina looks closely and sees a person lying inside, but the other is unconscious and out cold. And this person happens to come from the snow sea below. She just went through a fierce battle and fled to the upper sky.